Eli Torres was 34, a widower of 3 years, raising his 7-year-old son Mateo alone. Life had not been kind. After losing his wife Julia to cancer, Eli had dropped everything, his job, his ambitions, his own grief, to be there for his son. He worked late nights as a janitor, picked up weekend shifts delivering groceries, and even cleaned out gutters when the jobs came. Every cent was for Mateo. Every second of breath was spent trying to make a better life for him. But Eli knew this wasn't sustainable. Mateo deserved more: a stable home, a father who could be present without worrying about the next bill. So, when he saw a job posting for a logistics supervisor at a high-end distribution firm, he ironed his only decent shirt, polished his worn shoes, and practiced his answers all night in front of the mirror. He wasn't just walking into an interview, he was walking into a chance. A lifeline. The interview didn't go as he hoped. The CEO himself, Daniel Granger, was in the room. Sharp suit, colder eyes. As Eli stumbled through part of his pitch, explaining how he'd managed multiple schedules while working 3 jobs and raising his son, Daniel leaned back and smirked. "So what's your actual experience in logistics?" he asked. Eli answered honestly. "I don't have formal titles, but I've managed teams of drivers, coordinated stock for retail chains, and I understand supply chain bottlenecks better than most." Daniel scoffed. "So, no degree. No title. No credibility. You're a janitor with ambition. That's cute." Eli's hands curled in his lap. "I'm a father, Mr. Granger. I'm here to build something for my son. I know I can do this job." Daniel shut the folder. "We're not running a charity. We want leaders, not sob stories." And just like that, it was over. Eli walked out humiliated, but not defeated. He carried his rejection silently, like all the other burdens, and went home to cook dinner, help with Mateo's math homework, and read him to sleep. He wiped away his disappointment like he wiped Mateo's face, gently, without complaint. 2 months passed. It was a rainy Thursday when everything changed. Eli was on his way to pick up Mateo from aftercare, running late because a customer's groceries had spilled and he had stayed to help repack them. The highway was slick, visibility poor. As he approached the intersection near the old industrial bridge, he noticed a black luxury SUV barreling toward a red light, clearly unable to stop. At the same moment, a school bus was turning across the intersection. Time slowed. Without thinking, Eli slammed his brakes and cut his car toward the oncoming SUV. Tires screeched. Metal collided. Eli's old sedan clipped the SUV just enough to send it spinning, missing the bus by mere inches. The bus screeched to a halt, children inside screaming. The SUV flipped once and landed on its side, smoke rising from the engine. Dazed and bleeding, Eli stumbled out of his car. He could have run. Should have. But something inside him pulled him toward the smoking vehicle. He didn't know who was inside. He didn't care. Glass crunched beneath his boots as he forced the door open. Flames licked the engine. The man inside was unconscious, seatbelt jammed. Eli grunted, strained, his injured arm failing him, but he didn't stop. With one last pull, he freed the man and dragged him out, seconds before the SUV burst into flames behind them. Paramedics arrived within minutes. The driver was rushed to the hospital. Eli, refusing treatment until Mateo was picked up and safe, only accepted aid after calling a friend to get his son. It wasn't until the next day, in a hospital bed, that Eli learned who he had saved. Daniel Granger. The CEO who had called him trash. Word spread fast. Surveillance footage of the crash circulated online. A local journalist picked up the story: "Single father saves man from fiery wreck." The interview aired that evening. Daniel, pale and shaken, sat beside Eli's hospital bed. His voice cracked. "I called this man trash. I dismissed his character without knowing a thing about him. And yesterday, he risked his life to save mine, when he had every reason not to." He turned to Eli. "I was wrong. About everything." Eli didn't speak. He just looked at Daniel, then at the camera. "We all carry stories," he said. Sometimes the ones people don't see are the ones that define us. I didn't save a CEO yesterday. I saved a human being. That's what we're all here to do. By the end of the week, the company offered Eli a senior logistics position, benefits, a flexible schedule, and full tuition coverage if he chose to study. More than that, Daniel launched an initiative to hire and train single parents, naming it the Torres Second Chance Program.